Hey, Chris Liepe here. So you've tried and you've tried to add grit and distortion and screaming to your voice, but you just can't seem to do it without the tickly throat, without the choking, without the pain, without the discomfort. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 particularly ridiculous and new ways that I've been working with to continually remind my voice of the correct ways to feel aggressive vocals. And to be perfectly honest, these new ways came about by experimenting with Jonathan Davis's style from Korn. So if you hear some of the things that I'm doing and you try them and then you go and listen to Jonathan Davis, you're going to hear maybe some of the beginnings of that sort of style of singing. It's exciting for me because these ways of experimenting have unlocked new things in my voice, but I will warn you, they are really, really dumb and they're annoying. So you have to be in a state of mind to really experiment and not be concerned about what other people are thinking. Also, you can't sing aggressively if you don't understand how to feel basic things about your voice. Let me help you with that. If you haven't learned that, click the link below and join my free vocal course, and I'll take you and another student through feel-based exercises that help you learn how to learn about your voice. Okay, here are the 3 ways that I've been using to coax my voice into an aggressive state. Number 1, there are 2 ways to clear your throat. Get super familiar with them so that you know which way you're leaning to when you start to incorporate different things into your voice. The first way to clear your throat, which most people do, is this. The second way is the polite way, right? Those are very, very different in terms of feel. When I clear my throat like this, it dries my throat out a lot more, and I feel it lower. I feel it lower in my throat. When I do the polite way, I feel it high. Experiment with these versus and compare the difference. Be really honest and patient with yourself while you're doing this. I've worked with a lot of students asking them to do this sort of thing, and they do it once and they go, oh, I can't feel it. Well, you have to not just do it once. You have to do it a lot and quietly so that you don't burn out your voice. They even bring out different facial expressions when you do them, when you make sure you're doing them well and right. But if we talk a little bit more about these clearing of throats, when I do the polite way, there's this buildup of pressure that feels higher, and it feels like a precursor to a loud whisper, a loud whisper. Whereas when I do this, that's awfully hard to navigate the sound somewhere else in terms of, I don't mean navigate the feel somewhere else, I mean navigate the sound in terms of, you can start doing stuff like that. It's a much darker sound, and it's way harder to hold back air, which is such a key to singing aggressively. Such a key. We can't hold back air here. We can, but we start using other areas. With the polite clearing your throat, it's more natural to let little bits of air seep out. So get super familiar with this dichotomy, the differences between the general way to clear your throat and the polite way. And to drive this intermittent holding back air thing home a little bit, we're going to use the phrase ding dong, and we're going to combine the intermittent letting through of air with the polite clearing our throat. with ding, 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 ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. We're going to experiment with this, and we're going to experiment with it over a track. Really, all we're practicing is moderating airflow high, feeling it, ding dong, and then combining it with a little bit of speech. We can combine it with some notes too, but we want to kind of go everywhere with it. You're going to notice as you keep going with it, and we add a bit more air, and we learn how to control the release of that air, there's going to be a natural grit that happens. Ding dong, 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 add a little bit more, ding dong, clear your throat, light. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. What I did was not loud at all. It was very quiet. It was very exploratory. There were some things that were happening in terms of feel-based connection that I can only get when I'm quiet. When I get them when I'm quiet, I can then take them louder. But you can't start by being loud. And that brings me to my next huge tip. Number 2, be quiet longer. The number one mistake I see with aggressive vocalists or aspiring aggressive vocalists is that they get loud too fast. They see the intensity on people's faces and think, oh man, they're just killing it. You know, it's not the case, and it's a recipe for failure. So, in order to practice staying quiet longer, we're going to introduce another twist to ding dong, and we're going to allow ourselves to work into our head voice, in and out of our head voice, with this ding thing happening. But we're going to do it super quietly by pushing up, letting our voice crack, but we're going to combine it with this sensation of holding back air intermittently. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, Again, this is all very quiet, but very well supported. And by there's this release of air when we go into our head voice. And then we learn to hold it back highly. We also are able to thin out and clean out our voice at the same time. So we're going clean, dirty, clean, dirty, clean, dirty. There's something about going back and forth with that. There's something about doing that helps us create elasticity while we're going for these dirtier sounds. So many times, vocalists start getting gritty, and then they're gritty the whole time because they're just adding more and more air, they're adding more and more volume, and they lose elasticity, they lose range, and then their voice gets tired and they stop. This sort of approach keeps us from going there. Okay, and number 3, and this one's really inspired by Jonathan Davis, if you know what you're listening for, we're going to practice groaning before we practice singing. And this isn't something that once you learn how to groan and then transfer it into singing, you're going to have it forever. We need to constantly be reminding ourselves of the feels necessary to get these sounds. This is not a one and done thing. But groaning is going to be like, but we're going to be really nasal with it. Oh no. And we're going to attach it to the other sensations that we were working with. We're going to go down, first of all, we're going to, oh no, fry. Oh no. Then we're going to clear our throat with it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Like that. And we're going to use the phrase, Humdinger went to the park. Well, we're going to groan with it. Humdinger, humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Groan, I'm in so much pain. Pain, there's all sorts of connotations that happen when we start groaning like this. We're holding back air. We're being nasal. And we're summoning that feel that we got earlier with the polite clearing our throat. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Let's experiment with that over the track. We're also going to work with going up into our head voice. So this is we got ding dong, and now we got these other vowels that we're working with. Humdinger, 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 hurry. However you want to do that. Just make sure you're groaning when you're doing it. Humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Yeah. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the humdinger, humdinger went to the humdinger, humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, 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 humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the 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 park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger went to humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, humdinger, yeah, oh, yeah, humdinger, humdinger, humdinger went to humdinger, humdinger went to the park. Humdinger, 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 humdinger went to the park. Told you this stuff was ridiculous, but I guarantee you, if you spend time learning how to clear your throat in those two different ways, keep things quiet as you learn to moderate your airflow in and out of pitch, and then learn how to groan and work that groaning into the other two areas we worked on, you are going to unlock the sensations necessary to add grit and interesting distortion to your voice. Again, if this feel-based perspective is working for you, click the link below and join my free voice course, and I'll take your voice to a whole other level along with you.